What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mike and Dave Hit the Stage. I am Mike.
I'm Dave.
And I, too, am Mike.
Yes, he is. And today we are doing That Was Odd, which, boy, you scared the shit out of me with your first song.
You said odd. I know it's supposed to be like odd times and whatever.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, not necessarily.
No, well, you know, we always say that it's what we interpret. I thought you interpreted this differently than I think me and Mike did.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Uh-huh. And what did you get out of it?
What, rock and roll McDonald's.
By Wesley Willis. So Wesley Willis, diagnosed schizophrenic. Not a joke.
No.
Was he on drugs also?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not saying it to be a prick or anything.
This was recorded with a stock setting on an Alesis keyboard.
Yeah.
And he just sang about
McDonald's will make you fat.
Actually,
where's
He's
the lie?
not wrong. I know.
Was it an Alesis or was it a Casio? Because I had
It was
like one
an
of those
Alesis.
old Casio
Yes,
things
I had one of those
had
too.
The loops
I
on this.
actually checked it. It was an Alesis.
Okay.
Stock sounds.
Yeah.
And he did, I want to say 3 or 4 albums of this stuff.
Now, can I ask you a serious question?
Yes.
Why this song and not Suck a Cheetah's Dick?
You know exactly why this song and not Suck a Cheetah's Dick.
Why not?
Because it's McDonald's. And it
McDonald's
ends
is
with,
a place to rock?
yeah, it's a place to go to listen to the rock music.
It is. I've never heard rock
No.
music in McDonald's ever.
None of his songs make sense.
Okay.
He ends it with Wheaties, Breakfast of Champions.
Yes, yes, I did pick
Rock
that up.
over London, rock over.
Rock over London, rock on Chicago. I was looking for Polaroid. Life is what you make it.
That one I don't remember.
He throws taglines in. Everything is about commercialism,
Right.
And food and weird shit.
Okay.
And it was so strange. And this has been in my head since college. One of the guys, Omar, used to quote this incessantly.
Okay.
And it got stuck in my head.
Well, there's not a lot to quote. It's only a few lines long.
No.
There's a big fucking
He'd sing
musical. There's a
he'd
whole
walk around
musical
mumbling
thing in the
whole
middle.
song. He'd mumble the whole song. And it gets stuck in your head.
Big Macs have 28 grams of fat.
They will, no, McDonald's sells quarter pounders. They will put pounds on you. Now, like the first thing I said on my notes on this is just Roxy, because this was on loop there a lot.
Who was playing this? Was this?
I think Justin.
It had to be. It was
It makes sense.
Justin Wang. YouTube.com/Wang. WHANG. For the 8 people who don't know who he is, former Roxy employee, member of hundreds of bands over the years. Currently, Jinx.
Yes.
Is his current project.
Yes.
He's in with Jerry DiLorenzo, who used to play with Mo.
Okay.
Everybody works with everyone else.
Yeah.
It's great. Super cool.
And then also, I would say this is like the perfect example of outsider music. You know, outsider music, outsider art. Someone that's not classically trained or has any training whatsoever, and they just do it.
Yeah.
You know, like Yoko Ono.
I had to stop my hand from backhanding him. When he said it, I wanted...
I believe it.
He's right. But it makes me mad.
I guess I can see why. But yeah. So I got nervous with this one
Why?
because we already did What the Fuck Did I Just Listen To?
This isn't that bad.
I know.
It's not wormed.
Nothing
I can't
will
even
ever
stomach
be
worms.
wormed.
I played that for somebody at work the other day.
Why? Did you
'Cause they
hate
needed
them?
They needed to hear it.
No, nobody needs to hear that, Dave.
I started talking about bands randomly. And one of my coworkers was like,
And he asked, what's the worst band you ever heard?
She was like, "Oh, I've been randomly listening to stuff because you know how your phone illegally wiretaps you,
Yeah.
whether you're asking to or not. Her phone has apparently been listening and has been suggesting music based on what I've been rambling about in the background.
What? Wait, what app?
iTunes,
Oh, see, I don't use that.
Apple
That's
Music.
Apple.
It's
Spotify does the same
Spotify
shit.
does the
Do
same
they?
shit.
Let me-
YouTube does the same shit. They all do.
The reason I refuse to use Spotify is from back in the day before you had streaming, like, when I think we still had flip phones at this point.
Yeah.
You could put Spotify on your computer. So I put it on and like, oh, do you want to search for music on your hard drive? No.
Right.
Not only did my entire iTunes thing show up in there, old rehearsal recordings that I had on a different
Really?
on,
On a
a
different
different
drive.
hard drive that I never entered into iTunes.
How the hell
Showed up
did it
on
do
there,
that?
and I said, "Don't search anything else." I just uninstalled it and done.
But that was back then.
But
Yeah.
I still, but
Yeah, no, I
if
get
they,
it.
if
That's
they
weird.
did that, then what are they doing with your microphone?
Well, now they don't have to anymore. All your information's out there.
Oh yeah, but you,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
You're attached to a streaming service.
Yeah.
They log everything
Yeah.
you touch. Ironically, that's why this laptop is awesome because the hard switches. I'm
Yeah.
sorry for the vibration. Hard switches for the camera and mic on there.
Yeah.
Not that we're using a giant fucking
Camera anyway.
microphone and record what I'm saying. But
That's
yeah,
all.
it's been grabbing stuff, and in that she had found Decapitated. I'm like, oh, if you like Decapitated, you'll hate Wormed. And she goes, really? I said, no, you might like it. And I played it, and she goes, I definitely don't like that.
No, nobody likes that.
I enjoy it.
Nobody.
Ironically.
You don't like
Ironically.
it.
It's like a while ago at work. For whatever reason, I was just like, I haven't listened to DSI in a while. Let me listen to it. So I put it on Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah.
The workshop we have a Bluetooth, like a shop light with a Bluetooth speaker built into it.
Oh God.
And it will when he turns the lights on. Sometimes my phone will just go whoop, over
Yeah.
to it.
Oh God.
Yeah, full freaking blast, and he's what the hell is that?
That's hilarious. Nah, fuck Deicide. Fuck Wormed. Dave's looking at his phone.
Sorry, family messages.
Oh.
All right.
So I guess we'll move on to
Sisters on the Warpath.
the
It's
next
okay.
one, which is mine.
Yes.
Schism by Tool.
Great song.
Which, this is what I figured. When I think of odd time signatures, I think of Tool.
I do too, but I didn't go for that.
Oh, obviously not.
But this is the definition of odd
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You know, Tool has the corner of the market for
Yeah.
popular odd
Right.
time music. This is, I forget which album this is from because the version you picked was with video.
It was?
Yeah.
I did not even put the video on there, but okay.
It's the version that you sent had the video attached.
Oh,
to
it did? I didn't even know.
And it didn't grab the album title.
Right. I don't even remember
If
what
I'm
album
not
this is on.
mistaken,
Let-
this album also has. This is Lateralis,
I think so, yeah.
which also had two songs that overlap each other.
Okay.
Like you could layer them one on top of the other.
Yeah.
And they create a third song. Because Tool does crazy shit. Like
Right,
that.
right.
They had more than one song that did that.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't,
The
I don't,
next
I don't
album,
get that
10,000
deep
Days,
into
had
it.
I think 2 or 3.
Yeah.
That could be stacked.
How do you do that, though?
You just take 2 tracks, you put them left, right in a separate audio program like we use.
Yeah.
You just put one in the left channel, one in the right channel, and it creates a whole new song.
It's a fucking lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know, like playing shit backwards
Yeah.
or syncing it to,
Dark Side of the Moon.
Dark Side of the Moon.
Okay.
with
or the Wizard of Oz, yeah.
Well,
Dark Side of the Moon, Wizard of Oz is the perfect
Yeah.
example of something that was designed to be amazing.
Was it designed that way?
no,
had
I
to
think
have
it was
been.
an accident.
There is no way you accidentally line up a movie
No,
perfectly.
no, I don't think it's. I think there's parts in the middle that kind
Don't make sense.
Don't
Fall
make
out?
sense. Yeah, that fall out. But it's one of those where it works for
A
part
while,
of it.
yeah.
A good part of it too. It's
Yeah.
not like it's
You've
not like
done
one
it
or two
before?
tracks.
I've never done it.
I've watched. I've never done it myself. I've
Oh,
found it on
YouTube's or
YouTube.
something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How lazy am I?
I don't
And
know.
I'm gonna wait for the third
just-
Lion's
you just-
Roar to start playing something.
You just told me
That's
to
something I would
told me
do.
to layer 2 songs. I was like, what?
I do this shit all the time.
Okay.
I literally layer our stuff to get the recordings going. Mm-hmm. It's fun. It's the best way to put it. So yeah, there's not a lot to say about Tool.
So what time signature was this in, Mike?
6/8.
That's it? I thought there was like a 5/4 in there or something
No,
like that.
it's
Here we go.
It's 5/8, then a bar of 7/8,
Uh-huh.
which equals 12/8, which is 2 bars, which is 6/8. You know what I'm? Does that make any? You understand what I mean? No. Okay.
7 plus
Plus
5
5 is
Oh my
12.
God.
and 12 equals 12.
Yes. What?
So if you
7 plus 5
Yes.
is 12, and
Yes.
then 6 and 6 is
12, right.
So it's just that they just cut the
Oh, I
last,
got you,
they
okay.
cut the last beat off of one
Right.
measure and add another beat onto the
Okay,
other.
I got you.
I'm not saying it's not freaking easy.
Yeah.
And it's it's funny. Tool's one of those bands I just never got into. I think it was the vocals that just kind of.
Well, he's nutty too.
Yeah, I don't care about the nuttiness.
I saw him on Ozfest and he stripped down naked to his underwear and
I don't care. I don't care
never
about
faced
that stuff.
never faced the.
That's
crowd.
more of a weird thing for me. Not addressing the crowd.
Yeah, it was very.
It was a little
Yeah.
strange.
Well, is it a stage fright thing kind of thing? Like,
No, I think he's just.
He's just an awkward dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know like Jim Morrison, I think was the same thing when the Doors started out.
Oh, yeah?
He faced the.
Yeah,
Face
hopefully
the
now he
drummer.
faces down. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Dave, Jim Morrison's dead.
Yes, that's why I hope he faces down. You have a fuck about Jim Morrison. The Doors suck dick.
I'm trying.
I agree.
I'm trying to make everybody think that you didn't know Jim Morrison was dead, like you didn't. Like last episode,
You didn't know
You
Dio
acted
was
like I
dead.
didn't know fucking Dio was dead.
I just let it go.
Hey, it's not my fault he didn't know.
Yeah. But also got to mention Dana Carey's old band before Tool.
What?
You know the band the drummer from Tool was in before.
Was
Tool?
that Green Jelly?
Green Jello?
Yeah.
Was he really?
Green Jello because they had to change the name to
Yeah.
Green Jelly for
Yeah, for
They
copyright
got,
purposes.
yeah, they got sued.
Also, Maynard was involved with
Oh, that I didn't know.
Green Jello.
Was he really?
Yes.
I had no idea.
I had to look it up because I saw this thing about Tool members being part of Green Jello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was interesting, but they were more of a visual.
They were kind of like a
Thing.
guar. No, I don't know. I can't even say
Well,
guar.
that one.
the three little pigs.
Yeah, was claymation. You didn't even
Yeah.
see them.
Everything they did was more visual than it was musical.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just so happens that they got known for that.
How well were they in? Like that was their band, or
I think Dana Carey was the drummer for most of it. I think.
I think.
Yeah.
I know Maynard was in it for a little bit.
Yeah.
But they had revolving door of musicians and
Oh, okay.
artists.
Oh, all right.
Claymation, drawing,
Right,
painting.
right.
It was avant-garde.
Right.
And then Tool is pretty avant-garde for what it is.
Yeah.
Heavy as shit, but also avant-garde. Justin Chancellor, their bassist, confounds me.
Why?
There's something about the way he plays that his hands don't match the sound.
Really?
Like I'm watching his hands play. Don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Does he use a pick or he doesn't?
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay.
But picks don't confuse me.
Okay.
He confuses me. I don't know what
So
it
what
is.
he's doing with his left hand?
It's just the way he's moving his right hand, the rhythm doesn't match the rhythm coming out.
Okay.
Like it looks like he's doing
One
more,
thing. Right. Oh, it looks like he's doing more.
but it doesn't look like he's hurting, like straining himself.
Right.
It looks like he's playing other notes or he's trying to play fast. But I think he's just moving to a rhythm that isn't the rhythm that's being heard.
Right.
The equivalent would be there's a bassist named Bobby Vega. I think I've shown you videos of him. Played with
Yes.
Sly and the Family Stone after Larry Graham left. He plays with a pick, which
Yeah.
is weird for a funk bassist. And everything sounds like a guitar. Like he's picking and ghost notes and
Right.
all this weird sounding stuff. And he's dancing while doing it. Because he keeps rhythm by kind of moving his
Yeah,
legs.
yeah.
So he's kind of dancing while playing. Nothing of what he
makes
does
sense.
makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But it sounds amazing.
Okay.
And that's the thing. Tool sounds phenomenal.
Yeah.
That last album, I haven't heard yet.
Yeah.
I've heard it's awesome.
And they were live. They were unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was so cool. You know, like I wasn't a big enough fan to go see them by themselves, but you know, they played Ozfest and it was
Yeah, those
so cool.
Ozfest. When I talk about it now to people who listen to metal now, they have no idea what I'm talking about
Yeah.
because there are no like touring festivals like that. There's the Download Festival and Rock in Rio,
Right.
And those don't only cater to metal,
Yeah.
but there's nothing just for metal anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing for hard rock. Rocklahoma, one place, one time,
No, there's a bunch of them still. There, like you know what it is. Since I follow,
but nothing on the go.
right,
There's
nothing on the
moving.
go. But like, there's one. They have them in Florida. They got them in, I think Maryland.
Yeah. Oh, the Maryland Death Fest, and,
No,
and
not even
there's
that
an-
one, but just like the hair metal bands.
Yeah.
Do all
but
that
there's
stuff like
Ozfest was unique because when it started, it was a roving.
Yeah.
It was a carnival.
Yeah.
It was a roving carnival.
It was
of
the
bands.
metal version of Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
Yes, and we didn't have that, and now we still don't again.
Right.
Right.
Even is Lollapalooza gone?
It
Did
came
come
back
for
and then
one
I don't know if
year
it.
and
I don't.
then-
Because
Yeah.
the last Ozfests were stationary. They were like Mexico City and like 2 other places.
Yeah.
Well, the new thing now also is the cruises.
Oh, 10,000 tons of metal.
Oh, that one I don't know, but I'm just thinking Cruise to the Edge, which is the prog rock, prog metal one. Then there's
I saw when he
Yeah.
said it, you went,
no. But I just the ones I know, and there's another one I forget.
That's all. That's all I need to be. At a show, stuck on a boat with
Yeah.
that music, so I can't even
And
fucking
then
walk
there's-
away.
There's like a Monsters of
pray
Rock,
for Titanic.
There's like a Monsters of Rock one also.
I think it's 70,000 tons of metal is the name of the
Maybe.
Whatever.
It's a cruise ship with
Yeah.
metal.
Yeah.
I've heard it's the smelliest tour.
Ew.
Which one? Oh,
The Smelly
yeah.
Metalhead tour.
Yeah.
Gross.
We're not known for our cleanliness. Ugh, fuck. And
Gross.
cruise ships are gross to begin with.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. We're only on the second song. And I'm already shit talking my own style of music. So we're gonna go to your first pick.
Yes.
And this is Saint Augustine in Hell
By
by Sting from 10 Summoner's Tales.
Yes.
Sting is fucking weird.
Yes.
Not a big Sting fan,
Well,
but I liked it.
out of his everything I've heard from him, everything I've heard from the Police, this is my favorite song from him.
Okay. I mean, at least he's not playing a fucking lute.
You beat me to it.
Yeah.
You beat me to it, you cocksucker.
That was terrible.
It's not the worst thing I've ever heard.
It's not.
this
What's
song?
the? Oh no, you're right. It's not the worst thing I've ever heard either. That was Wormed.
Gwen Stefani. That's not even true. I've heard way worse than that.
Right, Wormed.
You really think Worms is the worst thing you've ever heard?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Ever?
yeah.
Think of all the bands we've seen at Castle Heights over the years.
At least I could understand what they were saying. A lot of them.
I guess.
What?
There were so many bands at Roxy that
Yeah.
that had that sound.
That?
Yes.
Yeah, that
All right.
that non-intelligible.
So it's so. I don't even want to say it.
What? Yeah, go ahead.
It's like,
Speak freely.
is there a talent to that?
In a weird
think
way,
so.
yes. Because one, you have to physically be able to do it. And two, it's still
You tell me musical, I'm gonna kick you out that fucking window.
rhythmic.
Okay. You know what's rhythmic also?
What?
I fucking farted on the way back fucking from lunch. That was rhythmic. I don't put that on tape and fucking sell it. Maybe I should.
You should.
You put that on film and get an OnlyFans going. So,
Go ahead, Sting.
St. Augustine
Yeah.
is a weird topic because
Yeah.
it was okay. So there was a classical thought into Christian teaching,
Uh-huh.
and this was like 383. The year 383.
year 383, okay.
St. Augustine was 383.
Uh-huh.
So this was around the founding of Christianity.
Okay.
So the idea of St. Augustine, who brought traditional, like non-traditional morals
Right.
to a traditional setting,
Uh-huh.
is weird. And then
It
Sting
has-
singing about it and making it funky is even weirder.
Right.
There's not much to say about it other than it's fucking weird.
I dug it though. What time signature is that in?
7/8.
Oh, is it? Okay.
He's gonna be the one telling you time
Yeah.
signatures.
I know.
But
I can only.
the
I-
ride symbol on the if you listen to it, you see
Right.
there's a little push. Listen to it later on. There's
Okay.
a little push pull on the rhythm.
Yeah.
Because the ride symbol is still playing in 4, and he's doing accents that alternate with it.
How hard is that? How hard
That's
is that?
actually easy.
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's actually the easier part. It's
Okay.
just
Right. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I mean,
I don't know what he's doing either.
It sounds cool.
yeah, but
There's one drummer in the room, and he is light years ahead of both of us. He could have literally turned around and farted into his own mic,
okay.
and I would have been like, you know what?
That
It's
sounds
rhythmic.
good. Yeah.
But yeah, and it's Vinny Caliuta on drums, freaking sick drummer, session guy.
Right.
Like if you look him up on YouTube, you see people analyzing all his playing and
Oh,
everything.
yeah?
Yeah. And actually, Rick Beato did a big breakdown of another Sting song from the same album, which is it's in 5, but whatever. It's still, but it's like just breaking down the rhythm and the choices and everything
Right.
done on it. Cool stuff.
Yeah.
And Sting, we joke about the loot stuff and the tantric sex with Trudy, his wife. Whatever. We're not going to address the fact that his real name is Gordon.
What's his last name?
Oh, man.
Ramsey.
Stellings?
Nope. Sumner. 10
Sumner.
Sumner's Tales. And there's 10 songs on the album.
Fucking
I
Gordy.
just realized this when I was doing the notes for this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it just finally clicked, and I got the CD when I was like freaking 16 or 17.
That's funny. Sumner. What is that? It's
British.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know. He's
So
got
you
an
know,
accent.
when in the olden days where your name was your job, that was the guy who used to go get other people. It's probably the only thing they would do.
What do you mean?
Sumner.
Summoner.
Oh, Oh. I was about to say, what's a Sumner? Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
I was joking with somebody
Governor?
at work. They were like,
Fucking love
we were talking about names.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, English names are usually your job was your title. Thatcher, Sawyer, Taylor. And then I was like, the name Bauer. I'm like, what's that? Is the person who just bows? No, it's German. Bauer is farmer.
Okay.
So someone with the last name Farmer, someone with the last name Bauer, same last name, different language. And then the other one was Schneider. You've
Okay.
heard of somebody last name Snyder?
D.
Yeah.
Yeah, D. Snyder.
Right.
Snyder, Taylor.
Okay.
Schneider is a tailor in German.
Yeah.
So most of the Germanic countries and the classical European countries, your name was your job.
Yeah.
And then with the Norse countries, your last name was your
Son.
son.
Right. The
yeah,
son.
your
son of
father's
or whatever.
name,
Right.
and that you were their child.
Right.
One of my friends, her last name was Gustav's daughter.
Really?
Yeah, because it's not just sons.
Right.
Yeah.
Women get last names too.
Right.
So hers was Gustav's daughter,
That's
That's interesting.
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
and
That's
that's just passed down through the family.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of those old names. So let's go to the next one.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
This is Geezer with Unspeakable Elvis.
This was
Awful.
great.
Really?
I fucking was so happy every time this came on.
Do you know that this is on the same album as the last Geezer song you hated?
It is. I know. That's why when I saw it come up, I was like, "Oh, here we go." And the first time I listened to it, it was a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, it was weird. And I'm like, all right. But then as I kept listening and
Yeah.
listening, when I saw this coming up next, I was like, "Oh, here we go."
So did you get the theme?
I don't know, Evil Elvis. I have no idea.
The idea
Evil
is that
Elvis, love me. He keeps saying.
The idea is that Elvis is not dead. He's alive.
Okay.
Inside me, it means Elvis has now possessed another person.
Okay.
Which reminds me of the movie Fallen. It was a Denzel Washington movie where he's chasing a
Oh
killer.
yes, and the guy
killer
it keeps singing.
Yes,
That's,
time is on
Time
my
Is
side.
on My Side,
It's a
yeah.
Rolling Stone song.
Yeah.
So he keeps passing from person to person.
Right.
It reminded me of that. It reminded me of Get Out, where it's
Okay.
taking
Yeah.
the soul of somebody else over.
Right.
I love that. Geezer's known for writing heavy sci-fi concepts.
Okay.
And this is proof that he was still
This
doing
is
it separate from Black
so
Sabbath.
much better
Than
than that
Mysterions?
last song. I forget which one. Which one did you play?
Mysterions. Same album from Black Science.
But the song went nowhere.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It was just like a monotone
drony.
song. And I was like, oh. And that's when I saw it. I was like, here we
I
go again.
was concerned that you might hate it
No,
because
No, it
of
was
the
good.
guitar. The guitars are weird sounding.
no, I loved it.
Yeah.
This, I'm gonna tell you something. There's one song I'm like, on this list.
I know exactly which one.
One
it is.
song.
I know. Wait, all together or from me?
Altogether.
Oh, I'm not sure which one it is now.
It's probably one of mine.
I'm 50-50 because it could be one of mine.
Yeah.
Okay, but we'll get there. But
Yeah.
this was one of my favorite lists.
This
And
was-
remember the time. Now I discorded both of you guys with I was like, Jesus Christ, 3 8-minute songs.
Yeah.
I hadn't listened yet. So
Well,
what?
I just looked at which three, and I'm like, Anyway, there's something about the way Geezer writes that I've always loved.
Yeah.
Not just the fact that he's a bassist, and I worship him as a bassist.
Yeah.
This album, when I heard it, I had no idea that Geezer was writing on his own.
Uh-huh.
And this doesn't. It's not a bass solo album.
Yeah.
Everyone's heard a bassist solo
Right.
album. It's bass solos and
Right,
stuff.
bass heavy, yeah,
And
it's-
this is not that.
But
there's bass on
bass-centric,
it.
yeah.
He's doing a lot of synthy bass stuff on this
Yeah.
too.
Uh-huh.
That pedal tone stuff. You don't hear that a lot
Yeah.
from especially from metal musicians. And it felt really good. He also, most people don't know, he's also a rhythm guitarist.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of the rhythm guitar he worked on too.
And who played drums on it?
Oh man,
I actually looked it up. I was curious who was in the band.
Pat Mastelotto?
Nope.
Timmy Turner.
Nope.
Is that the kid from Fairly Odd Parents?
Oh no.
Dean Castronovo.
Was it Dean Castronovo?
Yeah.
You can't assault
serious.
property?
You can't assault property.
I know what the artwork's going to be on. It's going to be Timmy Turner. badly on
I hurt myself. Oh man, it's terrible. So we're gonna go to the next song. This is 6-8 by Blink-182. Now you said
wanna
something right
know.
off the bat about the time on this.
No, that's
No,
5-4.
It's a
different-
different one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to know your feelings on this one.
Wait.
Okay.
Do you really want to know what I feel?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Why?
I was never
Because I love this,
Oh.
and I'm mad that I love this.
You know why you love this?
Why?
Not Tom DeLonge.
I don't know the
It's
difference.
Matt Skiba. Tom DeLonge
You
left.
should have said Timmy Turner. I would have known.
Come on, I'm finally saying names, and you guys are like,
No,
exactly.
I'm not.
You want to know how I feel? Here's what I got. All right. So Tom DeLonge was this voice when you listen
Was that
to
the
All
guitarist?
the small things.
right that
Yeah.
voice. There were two guys, right?
Yes.
There's Tom DeLonge
And
and why can't I remember the other guy's name?
good.
The good singer in Blink-182.
bassist.
Huh?
Is it the bassist?
Is
he sing as
I don't
well?
remember. I don't know what they fucking play. I was never a big. I'd listen to them if they came on, but
Same.
this is so. Tom DeLonge left Blink-182 to start To the Stars Academy.
Okay.
He was the one that he was really into UFOs and stuff like that.
Yes.
And you could tell by a lot of their songs. One of the first songs on Enema of the State was "Aliens Exist," right? And so he left Blink-182 to do that. And
I got the.
they got Matt
Member list.
Skiba from Alkaline Trio,
Okay.
and he was in the band for I don't know if it was 1 or 2 albums, but that's this
I really enjoyed this.
good.
And I don't think it's because of him. The voice does help.
They grew up.
There is a
It's
sound.
It's right. They grew up.
Now, am I wrong? Because I was never really a big.
Yeah.
I never really followed them. Travis Barker wasn't the original drummer.
No.
So that's also
on that first-
his influence.
Yes, on that Dude Ranch album.
Yeah.
Their first, I think that was their first album, with all the famous songs that not all the famous, Damn It and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When I used to sing with Box Line 7 and
Yeah.
everything, right? There was an original. I forget his name too, but then they got Travis Barker and this is the newer stuff after Tom DeLonge left, but Tom DeLonge's back now,
yes.
and
Bass is
tickets
Mark
are,
Hoppus.
that's it. Yes,
And then Travis Barker is their
Drummer.
former and then current drummer.
Right.
In between, they had Damon De La Paz,
okay.
Matt Skiba on guitar. They have 2 other guys listed, one of which is Scott Freese.
Josh.
Josh Freese? Josh Freese.
Oh,
I'm
that's
sorry, I saw 2 names together.
from Queens of the Stone Age.
No, he's the new drummer for.
He's the new drummer for the Foo
for the
Fighters.
Foo Fighters. He was in Guns N'
Oh,
Roses.
okay.
He played for Guns N' Roses. He played for Nine Inch Nails.
What am I?
He's
Oh, I was
played-
thinking. Okay,
That's where I knew his name from. Josh Freese from Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and there's another guy, Scott Rayner, but they don't have credits to what instrument they played. I'm assuming Josh Freese was drums.
Right.
Yeah.
The other guy, he's not even mentioned.
Yeah. Well,
as
Josh
part of
Freese
it.
is also very hired gunny.
Right.
You know
that might have been what it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. I don't think he was on any of the
Yeah,
albums.
he probably just toured with
Yeah.
them,
There's something about the drum rhythms on this
Yes.
Yeah.
that I absolutely love.
which is Travis Barker.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's when anytime you're like, oh, Travis Barker played on this, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I hear it now.
Yeah.
And when I heard this, I'm like, I hate how good this is.
Right.
I hate how much I like it.
Uh-huh.
I'm supposed to hate Blink-182.
I knew-
And I hate the old stuff.
I put it on and I listened to it, and that's what I hoped. I was listening to it. I'm like, man, there's a chance that Dave's really gonna like this.
I really do.
You know,
I was
because
shocked
it's
at how
not
much I
that
liked
it's
it.
not that nasally voice. It's not the
Well, the nasally voice stuff didn't bother me as much as the upbeat sound. Their upbeat sound is
God forbid anybody should be happy, Dave.
yeah. Yeah.
Actually, that's what I liked about them.
It's something called pop punk.
Well, they can go pop a fucking depressant
All right.
and come down here with me.
So then you listen to Adam's song where he spilled his. Please tell mom this is not her fault. It's the fucking suicide song.
Was it a suicide note?
What?
Was it a suicide note?
Yeah, it was.
Did they read a suicide note?
Adam's song? Well, it's.
I don't know who
basically-
Adam is.
Well, it's just Adam. There's no. I don't know if it's about truly about somebody, but it's basically him telling his mom. It's a suicide note.
Still remains.
Yeah.
Still remains. It's basically a suicide note
Right.
that he never committed to.
Right.
Which
I don't know. I don't know if this was one of their.
half of the songs from the band Redemption are suicide notes.
Okay.
They're fucking the most depressing lyrics I've ever heard, but they make me feel good.
Okay.
You know when you're not supposed to feel something for something?
Okay.
The stuff that's supposed to make you feel down comforts me.
Okay.
So in this, it made me feel really good. I don't know if that's the goal, but I love this.
Yeah. Cool.
Unspeakable Elvis also touches a place right in the back of your brain.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, that's nice.
What did you think, Mike?
I liked it. You know, like I was never a big Blink-182 fan.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, this is not what I was expecting. Because
Yeah.
all the stuff I've heard, honestly, is all the old stuff.
Yeah.
Like before Travis Barker. So I was like, oh, shit. Okay, cool. Would it be something I go back to listen to? Maybe not.
Yeah.
But
I don't
it's still,
expect you to.
No, but you know what I mean? But it's still
Right.
better than I expected it
Right,
to
right.
be.
I added this to my collection.
Cool.
Because it literally, like, I caught myself listening to it. I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And it was definitely a good time. It's going to be one of those things I repeat, and I'm going to enjoy. I don't know about the rest of the album, but I'm going to have to listen and see how I feel.
Can I tell you something? I never listened to the album. And putting this song on this was the first time I ever heard the song. Because I was just looking for odd time signature punk songs. And I put it in and it just gave me a list.
And ironically, 6/8 is not technically odd time.
I know.
It's a waltz.
Yeah.
Right.
Think Nothing Else Matters from Metallica.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is, I feel like the rhythm choices are very specific that Travis is doing.
Yes.
Right.
Not the overall rhythm, but the subtle stuff he's doing. His stick hits are
Right.
not on the. They're not on the one.
They're not on the downbeat. It's purposely on the upbeat, and like basically the band's playing straight, and
Right.
he's playing around it.
Yes, and that feels it changes
Stuff like
the
that is
style
what I love.
Right.
really well.
Yeah.
Like it adds a layer to pop punk that I didn't expect, and
Right.
it was a pleasant surprise.
Cool.
We're gonna move to the next one.
Alrighty.
Before we do, I need to talk about your shirt
Why?
because I love it.
You know what this is from?
Yes, the Three Caballeros.
Yeah.
So, have you seen any of the new DuckTales stuff?
No, I haven't, and I know they did a new show on with this.
So I found I got a clip online sent to me. I think it was my wife.
Yeah.
And it was two of them talking to Donald, and then the Huey, Dewey, and Louie walk up. He goes, "I haven't seen you guys since you were eggs." He goes, "Remember, Donald, you wanted to juggle them, and then you dropped one." And they go, "Really?" And they look at each other, and then the third one blinks real slow.
I saw that. Yes. Yes.
I was like-
and they both look at each other and shake their heads. Yes, I saw that.
That makes sense.
Now, the one to go back to this, like from the original movie from the 40s or 50s, I don't remember when it was. It was Donald Duck, which was the American voice actor.
Right.
They had the Rooster, which was Mexican, so they got a Mexican voice actor.
Shocking that they didn't
Right.
just have a white guy
Yeah,
pretend
and
to
then
be
they
Mexican
had-
in the 40s.
Yeah, and then they had the parrot from Brazil. So
Yeah.
they had a Brazilian guy doing it.
Also shocking.
So then
For Disney.
but then when they were dubbing it for South America and Brazil and everything else,
Right.
the guy that did Donald's voice in English did it in whichever language it was, so he would have an American accent doing it.
Yeah.
And then the Brazilian guy was speaking Spanish with a Brazilian accent.
Okay.
Then the Mexican was speaking Portuguese with a Mexican accent.
So they
So they kept it the same way you have like the
Yeah.
accents in English. They played it around
Cool.
that way.
that's smart.
Yeah.
It was when I read
That is-
I was like, that's fucking cool.
That is
Yeah.
Disney smart.
yeah.
Right.
But
also-
surprisingly, shockingly appropriate. Like that, Portuguese line to Portuguese.
Right.
Mexican went to Mexican, and American went to American.
Yeah,
I almost
no,
said
that was
white.
it. Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with me? I don't know who. Have you ever seen the guy who does the voice of Elmo?
He was a black guy originally.
6
right?
foot tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still doing it.
Oh, okay.
They didn't replace him even after all those allegations.
Oh no.
No.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, no, it's still the same dude.
Thank God. Yeah, my
what
kids grew out
There were
that.
allegations he was inappropriately texting some people.
Oh, so he wasn't Gary Glittering.
No, he wasn't
Okay.
Gary
No.
Glittering. Banana pants. They got him off now. Fucking Gary Glitter can burn in hell. He's still alive.
Yeah.
But he can burn in hell. So now we got to go to the next track.
All right.
This is the Aristocrats. I don't know how to.
Stupid 7. Is
It's
the name of the
Stupid
song.
7, and I don't know what album it's from.
The Tres
'cause-
Caballeros.
Really?
Yes.
That's what it was called for real.
That's the name of the
Oh.
album. What?
Can we address the story in the room?
What's that?
All of their names, all the names of the members of this band,
Yeah.
have the same first and last letter.
Holy shit.
Brian Beller, Guthrie Govan, and Marco Miniman.
I just realized that.
And I have a list because it reminds me of the double letters from comic books.
Yeah.
Matt Murdock.
No. Lois Lane, Lana Lang, Lex Luthor, Wally West, Peter Parker, Bucky Barnes, Warren Worthington, Stephen Strange, Guy Gardner, Silver Sable, Silver Samurai, J. Jonah Jameson, that's a triple. Bruce Banner, Otto Octavius, Scott Summers, Billy Batson, Sue Storm, Richard Reeds, Matt Murdock, Wade Wilson, Kate Kane, Zatanna Zatara, and Gorilla Grodd. Those were just the ones I could think of off the top of my head.
Wow. I never... That's showing it.
Comic books are fucking stuck in my brain.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I know why.
That's what... Yeah. I know. You know why. But this is the second I realized that all three of the names were alliterations, I wanted to punch somebody.
Why?
Just the fact...
It just is.
Brian
now
Beller.
Now it's stuck in there.
Now let me talk about the acumen of the three players in here. I'm not sure about Guthrie Govan. I know
He's
everywhere.
He was in Steven Wilson's solo band for a while. I want to say he was playing for Satriani. I'm not sure. I want to say he was.
I thought you were staring at the camera, not the screen.
No.
Like, are these fucking guys going to do this shit again?
Well, no, I should have, yeah.
Yeah.
And we know Marco Miniman tried out for Dream Theater. He's been in... He was working with...
He was playing for Satriani. He was playing for Wilson, I believe.
He was also playing with Racer X guitarist.
Paul Gilbert.
Paul Gilbert. He's all over the place.
Yeah.
He also played in a death metal band, Necrophagist.
Yes.
Phenomenal drummer all around. Brian Beller, Zappa Plays Zappa.
Zappa Plays Zappa.
Mal Musler.
Mal Musler, Mike Keneally, solo, Mike, again, Satriani, and all that.
And then Death Clock.
Yes, he's
This is the touring
bass
bass player for Death Clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
These guys are crazy.
Yeah. Now, originally, this was a last-minute replacement
For what?
on the list. Originally, I had Porcupine Tree Anesthetize on here.
It's a rough word.
Yes, I can't
I
say
changed it. I can't say it.
No, not only that, it's like a 15-minute song.
Oh, God.
But a lot is going on in it,
Yeah.
and it moves. You don't realize that the time is passing.
All right.
But I was putting my notes together, and I had I'm looking on YouTube, and there was a Rick Beato video that popped up, and it was like, this is the scariest guitar player in rock today with Guthrie Govan, and I was just like, and then I remembered, me and Di went to go see these guys a while ago, and like, she's into them. I was a little. It was a great show, but it wasn't really. I just didn't really get into it that much.
Right.
So I was like, let me give it a listen. I was like, all right, this song works.
I liked
and
it.
There we go.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Now, do we want to go into the name of the band?
Sure. Go ahead.
The Aristocrats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know where that comes from?
Yeah. So if this family comes into the...
Yes.
It's the joke? Is that why they named it?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm not going to tell the joke.
Right.
Because it is, one, it's vulgar.
Go on YouTube.
And just look up the Aristocrats.
For Gilbert Gottfried, the Aristocrats, or Bob Saget.
Bob Saget, yeah.
The Aristocrats.
Gilbert Gottfried's is better.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, with Bob Saget saying it, it's a little more...
The shock factor to me has worn off with Bob Saget.
True.
He was very funny.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Gilbert Gottfried, also very funny. But Gilbert Gottfried backed out of a 9/11 joke.
Yeah.
Shortly after 9/11 by going into the Aristocrats at a roast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He bombed with a joke and people started booing him. He goes, well, a family goes into a talent agent's office. And the dais went, oh no.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows this joke. And it's filthy.
Yeah.
I've heard...
Aren't there different
because of-
versions of it too?
Yeah, everybody does their own
Everyone
version
has
of
their
it, and
own
they
version.
try to top each other. There's a documentary about it that Penn Jillette did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
I used to have that.
One of the dirtiest ones was... It was
When they brought the dog in?
Kevin Pollak doing Christopher Walken telling the joke.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it's Walken. And it might as well be Christopher Walken.
Right.
It's awful. And it's filthy.
Uh-huh.
And he says he doesn't want to give him the bum's rush. It's like, come on. Yeah, so that's been stuck in my head this entire time. The fact that all their names, first and last, are the same letter.
And the joke.
And the joke. And that wasn't all the songs on their first album just dirty terms.
I'm not sure. I really don't know.
They're just a weird fucking band.
Okay.
I know they had
And
another song
what does Stupid 7 mean?
The song's in 7.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah.
I would have met you four bars later, 28.
Right.
That's how I follow the rhythm by feel.
Right.
And then I'll make sure that at the end of a certain number of bars, I end up in the same place as you.
Okay.
That's how I match time signature. I'm not good at counting. Mm-hmm. I do my best. You've heard me do it right.
Yeah.
You've heard me do it wrong.
Right.
I do pretty good. Fairly. Sometimes. Except for, some songs.
It happens.
Yeah, it's, Pain and Salvation's in 5. No, it's not. Fuck. It is for me, motherfuckers. Meet you 4 bars later.
I'll see you there.
I'll see you at the end. That's how it works.
That's funny. Stupid 70.
Like, I know they
I was
have
waiting for something,
I know they have another song that's, I think it's called, oh my god, like something Texas Meat Storm or something like that, where somewhere it rained meat.
What?
I bet it did.
Wait, I gotta look this up now.
Yeah, Texas Meat Storm.
Texas Meat Storm.
Sounds like a college thing.
Yeah.
Give her the old Texas Meat Storm.
Aww.
Almost got myself.
Oh, God.
That was good. It's fucking terrible. Are you really looking up
Yes.
Texas Meat Storm?
Kentucky Meat Shower.
It just gets better.
It's way fucking worse. Kentucky Meat Shower. I can't wait to text my wife later. I'm giving you a Kentucky Meat Shower. Text your wife.
No.
Tell her, tonight I want to give you a Kentucky Meat Shower. Put the kids to bed. Come home with a hot dog and just see if she loses her mind.
What happened? I was just talking about food.
A 7-Eleven hot dog. Just...
Okay. So apparently it's a real thing in 1879. Chunks of red meat were falling from the sky.
I almost just slapped it out of his hand. Fuck you. Kentucky Meat Shower. That's right up there with dong butter. Was it dong water and dick butter?
And whatever he said the last time. Meat slap or whatever the hell he said. Me and you just looked at each other like, no. I'll just let it go.
Terrible. So off to the next song.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next one is Valiant Thor with No Holds Barred from the album Immortalizer.
All right.
So, opinions?
This should have been a Fozzy song when Jericho was the man of 1,004 holds.
Oh, I was thinking back when he was, oh man,
Moon Goose McQueen.
Moon Goose McQuaid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
No, it was McQueen.
Was it McQueen? I
Yeah.
thought. Oh, that's right. They used to call him Mule Juice McQuail. Fucking terrible. So I found these guys through my friend Lou.
Okay.
They have another song. I didn't put it on here. It's only 1.5 minutes long. He starts screaming, "You know what I'm talking about?"
Okay.
Over and over again, and then it just starts time stretching. You know what I'm yeah, and it breaks down very quickly.
Right.
But that's it. But this one I love because it's wrestling references.
Yeah.
It's
It
stupid.
sounds like a wrestling
Yeah.
match.
Yeah, and that's literally what
yeah.
it is. He's doing a promo.
Yeah.
He's
Right.
literally talking about what he's going to do to another guy in the ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's hilarious.
And it hit me almost like a heavier scatterbrain.
Well, the funniest thing is that I noticed with this is that not only like I mean, you put Rock and Roll McDonald's on the beginning, but some of these songs, especially the ones coming up, are not only in odd timing signatures, but what they say is odd.
Yes.
yes.
Okay, because we're getting there.
Yeah.
But also, do you know the name of this? Where the name of this band comes from?
No.
Valiant Thor is one of the old timey aliens that were supposed to come. That met with Eisenhower. Valiant Thor looked like a
So
Nordic.
that's why on
that's cool.
Stargate they called the alien Thor probably.
No,
Probably.
they actually named all of okay.
They
so
were
here we go.
named after the was it Odin?
There were
the Norse gods.
2 sets of alien races.
Yeah.
Here we go. Super nerd time. 2
Right.
sets of alien races vying for power over the gates.
Right.
One was the
Egyptian.
The Egyptians, Ra, Set, Anubis, and then the other set were the Norse gods. And the Asgardians, they looked like our standard gray aliens.
right.
Yeah.
And then they made themselves look humanoid to
Okay.
blend in, and the people worshipped them as gods
Right.
when they came to Earth.
Yeah.
So they had vying ideological theories at war with
But
each
if
other.
you look up Valiant Thor, it was the Palladians, the Norse alien, because the Norse aliens looked like tall, thin
yeah,
Norse people, blonde hair and everything. And the guy who meets, I want to say it's Eisenhower, I'm not sure, but it was Valiant Thor.
why is he
Interesting.
valiant? Why is
I
he
don't.
inquisitive?
That was his name, Valiant
Curious
Thor.
Thor?
I don't know why I was thinking that was a
Curious
different
Thor.
version of Thor from Marvel.
No.
Initially.
No, if you look up
Ironically-
Valiant Thor, it'll tell you about the alien.
Curious George, the comic book.
Yeah.
Man in the Yellow Hat.
He had no tail.
He had no tail. Why?
Didn't want
I
to
don't
do
know.
it?
I guess that's kind of weird not to have a tail.
I don't know.
Well, it's the same way that like cartoons have 4 fingers.
Simpson hands.
Only
I've seen
in
Simpson
America.
hands.
In Japan, they have to have 5 fingers?
Yes. Anthropomorphic creatures have to have.
Yeah, 5 fingers.
Ironically, I've actually seen a Simpson hand in real life. Somebody born with 4 fingers on their hand. No removal.
Pinky?
No pinky, but also no bones
no,
behind
like,
it.
Right, so it looks like a...
It would be like
Right.
this.
Yeah.
Right, it does. Yeah, there's no... It's not like that,
Yeah.
where it would, the finger's not there. It's
It's
actually
the
a
whole
hand.
section of the hand is missing.
That's crazy.
It was nuts. The first time I saw it, I'm like, well, your hand looked interesting.
So it's 3 fingers and a thumb.
Yep.
Yeah.
Weird.
They're all technically.
I mean,
fingers.
I know it's... I don't mean it negatively weird, but...
Oh
No,
my
it's
God.
it's odd. It's an
Yeah.
oddity.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when you see somebody with didactyly.
What's that?
It's the medical term for what we call lobster hands.
Oh,
When you
okay.
see
Yeah,
somebody-
yeah.
It's usually not
fused fingers,
it's
right?
2 sets of fused fingers
Yeah.
and then a thumb.
Right.
They used to call it bidactyly because it's 2, but then the thumb they weren't counting. But
Okay.
now it's didactyly. 'cause
Yeah.
it's just a split. But yeah, lobster hands is a specific genetic trait, and it's genetically passed on.
Oh,
So if you meet somebody with didactyly, there's a chance
It's-
that somebody the generation before them had it, or
Yeah.
the generation before that,
Right.
And their children are like 60% likely to have it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
And then I follow this guy on Instagram. His name is the Black Alien Evolution or something like that. Black Alien Project. It's a guy who tattooed his whole body black, cut his nose off, cut his ears off, split his tongue, and he just keeps scarring his face. And he tattooed his eyes. And the most, I think the most recent one is that he cut these 2 fingers off.
okay. So
And he's just got
honestly,
this-
Why?
I don't know.
well, now here's the thing: removing of these 2 fingers actually is such a negative
Yeah.
because 60% of your grip strength is in these 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Wow.
You lose
yeah.
so much of your grip strength from those 2.
Yeah.
My one of my aunts is missing her pinky.
Yeah.
And the tip of one of her fingers. But the pinky missing changed her grip completely.
Right? Yeah.
My great grandfather. This is a weird story. They had I'm guessing it was when they were in Cuba. He had a pet monkey, and at some point, no. Nobody touches the monkey.
No, I know.
Nobody touches a monkey. But at some point, he fell asleep on the couch. His hand went over the side,
And it ate his fingers.
No, it bit so hard it severed the tendons.
Oh, so he can't use these
had
2
them,
fingers.
But they were always like this.
Yeah.
They would move a little bit with his, but he had no control over
Yeah.
them.
Ooh.
Yeah, tendon severing. So my mom fell down the stairs years ago.
Right.
And thankfully she didn't break anything severely.
Right.
And she broke ribs, a couple of thoracic vertebrae, but nothing enough to be, debilitated. But what she did break were both hands.
Right.
And her right hand, she severed tendons that required surgery.
Okay.
So they did a surgery. It took about 5 or 6 hours. And the physical therapy, she has about 60% back.
Yeah.
But it is not the same. For anybody, that would be the same
Right.
thing. It's rough. It's rough to
Or
get
did
your
she
grip
try to
back.
stop herself? And...
We don't know. She fell backwards.
Oh.
Yeah, she was going. You came up the stairs here.
Yeah.
You know the turn. She was at the top step, put her foot up on the landing.
Yeah.
And fell backwards.
Ooh, God.
That
Yeah.
was. Devin's going to be 7, so that was 8 years ago,
Ah,
almost 9.
wow. All right. Not recently. Pretty
No.
recently.
Well, it's
I mean,
Recent
recent
enough.
recent enough.
recent enough, and that was the last time she was on the 2nd floor.
Yeah,
She has not been up there since. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
These people don't know how to fucking stop. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how we got to...
we went off on a tangent.
yeah.
We went aliens, weird, more weird,
And then
Monkeys
yeah.
eating hands.
people eating Curious George,
Yeah.
monkey.
Yeah.
Apparently, your great grandfather had a monkey.
Yes.
What was its name?
I don't know.
You
I really don't.
You
know.
need to ask somebody,
I'll ask my grandmother.
please. It better have a stupid name.
Probably did.
The next one, "Driving All Night" by the Bouncing Souls.
Uh-huh.
The bounciest fucking song I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I didn't see what it was before I played it.
What do you mean?
I didn't see the name of the band.
Yeah.
And I played it. I'm like, this is pretty fucking bouncy. I look over. I'm like,
Bouncing souls.
fucking got me again.
It's not... It's a coincidence. They're not
no,
all
it
their
is.
songs are like that.
So far, I've heard 2.
Yeah.
And they've both been pretty fucking bouncy.
Yeah, I didn't put it down. Like, never listened to them before. Reminds me of the early 2000s pop punk bands, but
Yeah.
it's not in a bad way.
Well, they're a
they
Jersey
were.
band, Jersey punk band that One of my favorites. I really like them. Never seen them live. I've had a lot of bands that I really like that
You're
I've
not
never
allowed in Jersey? What happened?
Yeah. It was the monkey. Never mind.
Yeah, that didn't sound right.
But no, I just never saw them. I've never seen them live. But I love the band, and I thought this is another one where I just looked up and I went, all right, give me an odd time signature song, and I think this is in 6/8 again, right? Yeah, which is not apparently not odd time
it's not
signature.
odd. It's not odd.
I don't know.
It's not.
It's traditional.
Yeah.
It's more traditional than 4, I think.
No.
For waltzes,
For a waltz, no, yeah, for a waltz, but
it's more old
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
you know, like I hate to say it, this is like, you know how you're like, oh, so many songs and you forget which one it is.
Yeah.
I can't remember this song at all off the top
Oh,
of my
yeah?
head right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just looked at it, I'm like, blank.
Got nothing.
To me,
nothing.
it's one of the more
I'm not saying it's
recognizable.
bad, but it was just,
Yeah.
you know what it is? I think is I spent a lot of time listening to a lot of the pop punk stuff,
Right.
and all that, so it kind of blends into other stuff.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Which
Is
one?
that being picked up?
Yes.
Of course it is. And that's going to go probably for half an hour.
I hope their car is stolen.
Don't worry. The motorcycle I just went by covered it. Don't worry.
Oh, perfect. That's going to be the rest of the episode.
Vroom.
There's not much to say about it other than
Right.
it's a bouncy fucking song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did it again. So now we got to go on to the hard stuff.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the hatred.
Okay.
Keep It Greasy by Frank Zappa off of Joe's Garage.
This, I didn't hate it.
I don't hate it either.
What I really wanted to do,
Is
but I
he-
knew it wouldn't fly, is I just wanted to hand you guys the album, Joe's Garage, and go, there you go.
Because I'm not. I've
I
never.
told you to sit on a hammer.
I've never gotten into Frank Zappa.
Yeah.
I've heard songs. I've turned them off within the first minute.
I'm usually good. I can enjoy it.
But is he talking about butt stuff? What is
Yes.
he talking
Yeah.
about?
Yes. Okay, here's the thing. The album, Joe's Garage, is like this whole big concept thing
Right.
of all this shit going on, and the guy ends up in jail at some point.
Okay.
He's a musician, and the band was this, and all this other shit happened,
Right.
and he ends up in jail with the other music executives. And that's what they got to do.
Ah, okay.
Keep
And-
it greasy so it goes
and-
down easy.
But I didn't hate it.
In retrospect, I actually wanted to change this song, but it was too late because you put the list out. Because after Tina Turner passed, I just found out like maybe 2-3 weeks ago that she sang on a Zappa album.
I was going to say, did she write this?
No, it was earlier than that.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't know
Yeah,
either.
They're both dead anyway, so.
yeah,
They are. Completely different issues.
yeah.
But yeah, didn't hate it.
It was
But
weird
this
as
is
hell.
this is the.
Also, Vinny,
all right.
Vinny Caliuta on drums again.
I don't know what the fuck.
The guy from the Sting song.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right.
I knew he forgot that name
Yeah.
the second you said it. He went, who?
What?
Yeah,
Like it was brand new to me.
yeah,
He said it. He said it 5 minutes ago. I was like, oh, that guy.
Timmy Turner.
Who was it?
yeah.
So this is number 1 of the 8+ minute songs.
Yeah. And listen, I dug it.
Did you get all the way through it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I don't know.
I listen. No, when we said, listen, no matter what, I listen to the songs, even if I. sometimes these I listen to all the way through, but sometimes if I got to a song where like, listen, I've listened to it 3 times already, and I listen to like about 3 minutes of it, and I go, I get it,
That
and
was-
I'll skip to the next
Got
one.
it.
Yeah,
That was
I
me
get
with
it. I get
Black
it again.
Label.
Huh?
That was me with Black Label. Every time I came up after like the
Yeah.
second or third listen, done. I
Yeah,
can't.
but
Well, there's no need to
Yeah,
keep listening to it
I
because
did-
you've heard it.
Yeah.
It's stuck in your head. You're like, I got
No, it wasn't even stuck in my
I mean,
head.
like you've heard it. It's
yeah,
I know what it is.
My complaint about Black Label is that they're still just all the songs sound the same.
Yeah.
So there's no way to be coy about it. It's either sounds like it sounds like Black Label or it's not Black Label. They all sound the same.
right.
There was one time when I was looking for the song with Limp Bizkit Sucks Cock for that other list. I literally had to go through 5 songs to find the one that I was thinking of because they all sound the same. Yeah, so 8 minutes 20 seconds.
Yeah,
Not the longest song on this list.
no,
Not by much though.
no.
The next one is Disco Queen by Pain of Salvation off the album Scarsick.
I loved this song.
I
Nice.
am shocked.
So am I.
Loved it. Favorite
am I.
song on this list. Favorite song on this list.
I've used one other. The last time I used the Pain of Salvation song,
Was Beyond the Pale?
no, it was actually You Were Here. It was Meaningless.
Yes.
Okay, I'll have to go back and
you
listen to it
like
again.
that one
Yeah.
a bit. But
This one, totally totally dug the whole thing.
Yeah.
The theremin sounds.
The vocals.
Yeah.
The thing I didn't like is that fucking album art thing. Whatever that face is.
Yeah.
Scary
Every
face.
time it came up, I was like, play the song. Don't show me that
Yeah.
thing.
Give that album
What-
a listen. It's got some
What
crazy
other
stuff on
album
it.
did you have that with? Oh, Demonic by Testament.
Yes. It just had the ugly. Yeah.
Just had a fucked up looking
Yeah.
image.
But this song ruled. This is another one when it came up, I was like, oh, just like Evil. I
Evil
loved
Elvis.
Evil Elvis.
Unspeakable Elvis.
Whatever. This song, it was my favorite.
Really?
Yes.
I'm genuinely shocked.
Yes.
This is a really. The first time you played it for me, I'm like, what the fuck am
Yeah.
I listening to?
But I think that's why I liked it.
And then it was like, oh, this is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why I liked it.
And it's not my favorite song on this album, but it's not either. It's not the worst. It's the Linoleum being my favorite.
Linoleum is not on this album.
Was it?
Linoleum is on the album Linoleum.
I fucked up. I stand corrected. This is my favorite song on this album.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Yeah. This song.
I like when people don't like being corrected.
I wish I can't think of the chorus right now, but it was.
I do have a
Disco
correction.
Queen.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so good.
I have a correction to make
Yeah.
from our history episode. That 44-minute gun battle that
Yeah.
inspired 44 Minutes by Megadeth. The second gunman was not killed by the police. He killed himself. I was thinking of a different hostage situation.
Oh my god.
I was thinking of a hostage situation
great.
in Texas.
Yeah.
But he took himself out. And
Right.
the correction goes to Matt Sobieski.
Oh, all right. Excellent.
He got me.
Cool.
And I responded back, and I felt like my voice sounded more sarcastic. Like my text
Yeah.
tone seemed a little
Right.
but I meant it. Like, yeah, man, thanks for the correction. And I mean that because I am one of those people who graciously accepts being wrong.
And you read yourself like, yeah,
thanks.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I know what my voice sounds like. There was a day I wasn't in the operating room. I was in endoscopy. It's for procedures, endoscopies, colonoscopies, not at the same time, different cameras. But they were doing
Thankfully.
a different type of exam called pain management.
Okay.
They use X-ray to look at the back, and then they put a needle in, numb, and then they put in like a steroid injection into the spine. So I'm doing this with the doctor, and he's like, "Oh, can I set up over? Can you set up over here?" I'm like, "Whatever you need." And after like the second or third response, I'm like, "I see your face, and I'm sorry. I know it sounds like I'm being sarcastic,
Right.
but this is just the way I sound. I am totally on board."
Right.
He goes,
right.
"Okay," and one of the nurses come in. Her name is Marie. She goes, "Was he making the face again?"
Yeah.
About me, because
Yeah.
I guess I have that look like I'm being sarcastic, but I'm
Right.
genuine. Like whatever you need me to do to help. I walk the patient in.
Yeah.
X-ray techs don't have to do that.
Right, right.
It was just helping get things moving along. It's just I'm willing to do whatever it takes. It just sounds like I'm being a dick.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks. And I knew it sounded like yeah, thanks, but I meant yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
And if I remember to do a correction, I do a correction, or if I do it, I put it in the videos.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's funny.
I can't believe the 2 corrections I had to do in the last 2.
For what?
The last 2 I had edited were history.
Yeah.
I got one completely wrong, and I got one wrong for I got something wrong in Metallica.
All right.
A minor thing. It's by the time this comes out, that'll be
Right,
out.
yeah.
I said for the tryouts to replace Jason that Billy Duffy had tried out from the Cult. Billy Duffy's a guitarist. It was Chris Wise. the
Oh,
bassist.
okay.
Simple.
Yeah.
It's just because I'm dumb.
Right.
I got Murders in the Rue Morgue completely wrong. So wrong. It's not based on the Whitechapel killings.
What is it?
It's based on the Edgar Allan Poe song "Murders in the Rue Morgue."
Yeah,
Completely wrong.
I was actually thinking about
You're like,
it.
"Hey, Dave, you're fucking stupid."
No, but I was just like, isn't Killers about Jack the Ripper?
Yes,
The song
I'm an
Killer?
idiot. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's really it. I could have picked any other song about Jack the Ripper. I chose Iron Maiden, and I chose
the wrong
fucking
song.
At least we know what we're
Yeah.
dealing with. The level of stupid I
Right,
have.
right.
It's plain to see.
Both of us. I mean,
I
come
got
on.
one better for stupid.
All right.
Really?
Yeah, when you were talking about like, oh, you're gonna do a Maiden song. I don't know why. I just thought "The Tame of Land."
What?
It's off of Peace of Mind.
Oh, okay.
It's about Dune, the book.
I did not know that. I actually pop culture stupidity. I've never read Dune.
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah, I know. I see the face.
I never have either.
I want to.
All right.
I want to, but I haven't had the chance to
Because
sit
you
down.
know
and
you know
start
why?
reading.
Because you're in a room with two guys who laugh at meat tornadoes or whatever the fuck you said before.
I revisit that. I revisit that book once a year. Once a year, I go back to that.
All
book.
right, nerd.
Yes.
Kentucky Meat Train. Choo choo.
Oh my god.
Texas meat tornado or whatever the fuck he said.
Your fault.
I know.
It's your fucking fault.
But
It's
now
his
do you
fault.
see why we haven't read Dune?
Yes.
I do want to read it. I just haven't.
Yeah, what do you
buckled
get
down
10,
to read.
you get 10 pages in and it's like, oh,
I haven't read a book in a very long time.
Yeah.
I used to read because I worked overnights. I had a lot of free time. I'd blast through a book in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And Michio Kaku's Science of the Impossible.
yeah.
I read that at work.
Uh-huh.
It was fantastic. I couldn't read that now. I don't have the concentration for
Right.
it. I want to.
The next one I got to get is Joey Diaz's book.
Oh God.
Tremendous.
He's out of his mind. Do you know who Joey Diaz is?
Oh, you got to look up Joey Diaz.
We'll play you something before.
Yeah,
we leave.
before, yeah.
He is inappropriate.
Oh, he tells he's Cuban.
Okay.
He came over when he was a kid with his mom.
Yeah.
And they lived in the Lower East Side, I believe.
Yeah.
And then they moved to Jersey, and she opened the bar and stuff like that. And he's a storyteller.
Yeah.
We'll play you something when we're done. Yeah. But whew,
The stories of him dosing Bert Kreischer's dad, still the best thing I've
laughs.
ever heard. So Bert Kreischer's dad, I don't know why. I think Joey lived around the corner from Bert Kreischer at one point.
I don't
they
know.
lived very close
in California.
So he came
yeah.
over, and he gave Bert Kreischer's father marijuana
gummy,
laced
right?
popcorn,
Oh, whatever it was. Yeah.
and he
Wait, I think
ate
you guys talked
a
about
whole
this on the
bunch of
show at one point.
yeah. And when he says, "What was that?" he says, "Oh, that was weed." And he goes, "You're gonna see the devil's dick tonight, Mr. K."
He said,
And then he guided
you
him
have to hear
through
his
it.
voice when you say,
He's got a gruff voice.
Yeah.
He's been in a whole bunch of movies.
yes,
The most common ones you've seen him in.
the longest
Spider-Man 2.
yard. Yeah.
You want to get to him. You got to go through all
Go
of us.
through all of us on the
Big
train.
fat guy on the train.
And then he pushes him out of the way. That's yeah.
Remember.
And the longest yard.
Yeah.
Where I think he throws up.
I don't know. He's one of
running-
the football players.
yeah.
He's in the
And he's
prison.
not in shape to play football.
No.
He's also not in shape to be doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu that he does. So we have
Yeah, Disco Queen. That was one of the not only odd time signature but odd lyrics.
it's very
It's
weird.
pretty much in 4.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
the song is
It was
actually
odd to
playing,
me.
It was just
it's
odd.
playing
Okay.
on disco, like the 4 on the floor.
Oh, okay.
And if you listen to the lyrics, like it's a sex song, 'cause
Yeah.
it's whatever. But but it translates also into that he's taking the record, flipping the record over, putting the needle on the
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird song. And
It's a weird song.
which will bring us to the next one.
yeah.
5-4 by the Gorillaz from the album Gorillaz.
What do you think?
It was
Did
alright.
nothing for me.
It was okay. I'm.
I did it just for the time
Yeah.
signature. I know you guys would never.
yeah.
It's not
But-
that. It's not that I don't like it.
Did you see? I think you sent it to me.
Oh, the keyboard,
How the first, the most famous Gorilla song?
Clint Eastwood.
It goes dun 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 dun.
I think
dun,
so.
dun.
It's
Right.
literally the setting on a Casio,
On a Casio keyboard.
It's literally like Rock One.
Yeah, Rock One.
Oh God.
and
he played
and
it for
then
the guy who interviewed him. He's like, "What?"
and the guy
he's like,
loses his mind, and he goes, "Hold on,"
Hold on.
and he plays another button, and it does
It's the
break.
fill. It's the
Yeah.
fill. Yeah. And he's like, "That's all I did." And then he sang, and then he started
Yeah.
singing the
Yeah.
first line. So funny. But this one, yeah, she turned my dad on.
So weird.
The funny thing about doing these lists is that I listen to these songs and I enjoy them, and then when we put something on and I'm listening, I'm like, "Wait, are they saying what?" And then you put the lyrics on and I read, and I'm like,
Holy shit.
"Oh, this song is just not odd. It's odd."
It's just not right.
Yeah,
Something wrong with you.
yeah.
So I always forget this. The Gorillaz, the original band before this, the band that he came from,
Blur.
Blur. I always forget.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that's what I was
can't do it
thinking.
with my voice, but yeah,
It's just so weird to think one came from the other,
yeah,
and they're so varied
yeah.
because they're not of the same style at all.
No,
they're not of
no.
the same production at all.
This is a cartoon.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I
It's a
have no
cartoon
problem
band.
with that. I have odd thoughts about masks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like Slipknot and stuff like that get not on my nerves, but they bug me a little.
Okay,
So it's something to think about.
all right.
It's like fucking Slipknot, throw a mask.
But
on.
I told you that. Well, if you want to see how cool the Gorillas are, look up the Harlem. They did
You showed me that a long
Yeah.
time ago.
a concert in Harlem, where it's the cartoons, but it's the musicians behind
behind the
The
screen.
screen.
like screens, and eventually at the end they come out and they play. The musicians come out and they play, but it's like projections of the cartoons and stuff like
Which
that.
is
But you can see the
ironic.
musicians playing behind them.
Yeah, which is ironic because Death Clock does something different. They play in the pit, and then over them is the projection of the band.
Okay.
And, they do skits and stuff. Everything's to the click track.
Right.
But you got the rhythm section, Testament's rhythm section. And was it? No. It's the best part of Testament. Gene
Clock?
Hoglan. It was Gene Hoglan on drums for the live shows.
I thought it was the guy that did the studio stuff, and it was just Mike Keneally and Brian Beller for Death Clock.
No. It was Gene Hoglan,
Okay.
Brian Beller, and Mike Keneally.
Yeah.
And I forget the guy's name. The guy
no
who
idea.
started the show. I forget his name. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. But it's these guys playing these songs,
Right.
and with the animation of the actual Death Clock above them.
Right.
And they do the whole show that way.
Yeah.
Including, like, they do skits and stuff like that where they're just making voices and shit
Right.
like that. But that stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, crazy fast. There's a point where Brian Beller's actually playing with two fingers like a pick. Instead of using a pick. He goes, I can't play that fast. And
Yeah.
I don't have a pick, and I can't switch between a pick and my fingers. So I just... I'm like, that's crazy. He's tuning down, and it's fucking nuts. And Hoagland wears ankle weights to slow him down.
What?
The drummer wears ankle weights to slow his legs down.
Okay.
So when he goes to play, he takes them off.
Oh,
Like a machine gun.
Yeah.
I get it. Oh, that's interesting. It's like when the batters put
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
weights on the bat.
weights on the bat. It's crazy.
That's crazy. All right.
So the Gorillas, the idea of a live show with the animated.
Oh, it was cool. Yeah.
I don't know if they do like individual projectors or what. It's got to be a logistical nightmare.
Well, because it's all it's listen, and like I told you, one of my favorite albums is Demon Days, and there's so much just choirs and all that, and the choirs come out and they're in the front, and the band is basically in the back, and then guest singers and stuff like they have like rappers and stuff on the album and stuff like that, and they're in the front, and the band's in the background
behind the.
the partitions or whatever they are.
They're probably scrims with something
Yeah,
projecting on
and it's
something.
not projected all the time, and it's not like them playing. It'll just be a picture of them.
Oh, okay. So there probably is a scrim.
Yeah, and then by the end, I believe they come out and they might be still in shadows, but they're playing. You can see them playing, but you just don't see. I don't think you get to see who they are.
Okay.
I gotta watch it again. I haven't
That's still
seen it in
pretty cool.
years, but it was cool as hell.
I gotta check out more of the Gorillas. I never really got into them. My friend John used to be like, "Oh, you gotta listen to this." And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah," and I didn't. And
It's
I feel
so
bad
cool.
I didn't. Gotta try it.
Well, they're still coming out with albums.
Yeah, but
They
I gotta
came out with an album like last year or
gotta
something.
look
like that.
back.
Yeah,
Now we gotta go to the last song.
do it.
This is Indiscipline, live in Mexico City from King Crimson. Which you're loaning me apparently.
Yes.
So I can get a
See
good
the
listen.
lunacy of it.
They're crazy.
Yes.
Explain the lineup for this.
Okay,
recording.
for this recording, it's 3 drummers.
Okay.
You have Pat Mastellato
Mastellato.
from Mr. Mister. Mm-hmm. This guy, Jeremy Stacy, who's a session musician. I don't know really does, and he's also playing keyboards on some other stuff live. Then Gavin Harrison, who is a disgustingly sick, amazing drummer. He's in Porcupine Tree.
Okay.
And he has another band, Pineapple Thief or something like that.
If you say so.
I don't know.
Porcupine Tree and Pineapple Thief.
Yeah, Tony
Porcupine Tree's
Levin,
awesome.
bass,
There's
playing,
like peas.
Tony Levin on bass. He plays for Peter Gabriel and a bunch of other stuff, and he's playing Chapman Stick, which is a like
Chapman stick.
A Chapman stick is a 6 to 10 string.
10-string,
No, it can be as
Okay,
low
well,
as
the one
6
that is
all the way
is-
up to 10.
but it's upright like this,
Like an
And
upright
it's
bass?
played by touch.
And there's no place for the fingers to go for the pickups. Everything is tapped. There's
Interesting. All right.
there's it goes up to 12 strings. Those are called war guitars. I don't know why they're called that. They're not tough.
Right.
The
You
amount
can't
of
beat somebody with them.
you probably could.
True.
But the amount of focus you need to play an instrument like that makes it impossible to do anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, he's taking
Unless
back
you're
up with that.
Unless you're
While he's
Peter,
playing it.
unless you're with guys like Peter Gabriel, in that case Tony Levin will be dancing and
Yes.
doing backups.
Yeah. Also, Liquid Tension Experiment.
And LTE, yes. Liquid Tension Experiment is Jordan Rudess from Dream Theater, Portnoy from Dream Theater, and
Petrucci from Dream Theater.
I forgot.
Well, it was before Jordan joined Dream Theater that he
Yes.
did that, and then when he got in the band, they're like, "Okay, we're done with Liquid Tension."
Yeah. And they did
Yeah.
one more album.
Yeah. Oh my God! I just
And
drew
a
a
tour.
blank on the guitar player's name.
Timmy Turner.
From Crimson, the main
Oh,
guy.
it was Timmy Turner.
No.
Is it Robert Fripp?
Yes, thank you.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like you got it out before you even finished.
But if you look him up, he did this entire COVID thing with his wife,
Toya Wilcox.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
She's-
It's actually really.
She's
funny
also.
to start.
I'm not laughing at
Was
that.
she a punk singer?
Yeah,
I'm
something like
laughing.
that.
I'm laughing at you. Told me to look somebody up, and I forgot the name already.
No, but check it out. It's like ridiculous because they were doing, I think, like Hey Mickey, and she was dressed like a mouse and tap dancing in the
All right.
kitchen while he's playing the guitar, but complete stone face.
You're also missing the important part of that. She was dressed like a mouse, except she was wearing a sheer shirt with no bra.
Yeah,
And she's in her 50s, I think?
60s, I think.
Yeah. Good on her. She's
Yeah,
All right.
beautiful.
yeah, and then,
And the energy
Yeah.
of a punk singer.
yes.
Okay.
And then, if you watch the video, the center keyboard player, the blonde guy, was Bill Raflin, who actually worked with Revolting Cocks, Ministry, KMFDM, and Nine Inch Nails,
Okay.
doing drums and program.
You thought it was going to go funny because his name was Cox.
Yeah.
I saw your face. You're like,
I
eh.
saw, yeah.
The
Hold it in. Hold it in. Hold it in.
But at this point in the band, when I saw them the first time around, he was playing drums, but he had colon cancer. And he had the bag set up so he couldn't play drums, but they kept him going, and he was
Yeah.
playing keyboard in the
That's
documentary I liked.
that is very rough.
And he passed
Yeah.
away, I want to say, in 2021.
Wow, real way to end this.
Yeah, sorry, but,
And,
amazing freaking musician
Mm-hmm.
across the board. And this is just complete lunacy of what's going
Yeah.
on.
King
with it.
Crimson at one point released an album called Three of a Perfect Pair.
Yeah, the double trio.
Double trio.
what does that mean?
2 3-piece bands together.
Oh, okay.
2 bassists, 2 guitarists.
This song
And
is
2
actually
drummers.
off of the second of the double trio albums.
Yeah.
Cool.
And they have 3 drummers in this one.
Yeah,
Every version of King Crimson
it's slightly different.
and
Yeah.
slightly crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bruford,
Bill Bruford was in the
Red.
Was Red. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
and,
early on.
Yeah, I want to say he was also in the double trio. And
I have a
late
dumb
70s.
I have a dumb question.
Yes.
Was John McLaughlin involved with these guys at any point?
I don't think so.
I got to remember the name of the group because John McLaughlin by himself did amazing shit, avant-garde, jazzy stuff. I can't remember the name of the other band because my brain's going into Shikari, and that is not it because that is a heavy band.
Oh.
And also, oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on his
A McLaughlin
name.
group, obviously.
All I'm thinking about is Sarah McLaughlin.
Yeah, in the arms of an angel.
Yeah.
Fucking
Every time
just
you say
sad-
McLaughlin, I'm
just
Okay.
sad puppies.
Greg Lake of ELP was the original singer. But yeah, it's just complete controlled mayhem. Everybody's doing their own thing,
And it all kind
but
of
it all
works.
comes together.
Yeah.
What did you think of this?
It's okay.
Okay.
And now listen back
Wasn't
to it at
bad.
this point. Listen to the guitar playing on it, and think of Barry's solos.
Okay. See, now you gave me something to.
Honestly, when I think of Barry, I think of this style.
Okay.
Barry and Joe had a lot of this influence in some of the stuff they did.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll give it another listen. Yeah.
And for Joe, current band Acist.
Uh huh.
Figured we'd throw the plug in right there. Check him out on YouTube, AECYST. I'm going to see if I can get some links and stuff going.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Joe needs some attention musically. He deserves it. He helped us out so much with this. And he's probably going to end up, I'm going to probably have to bug him and make sure I get this right. He's awesome. He's been, like you,
Yeah.
like Matt, you guys supporting us all
Yeah.
the way through this. This list was really fun.
Yeah.
I was
Only
expecting a lot more hate.
No.
I didn't have hate.
No.
I always think Indiscipline's a rough listen if you're not into it.
Right.
But if you're into it, it's a nonstop throw ride of weirdness.
It was that when I texted you guys
Yeah.
that 3 8-minute songs
Yeah.
in a row. I was like, it was before I listened. I just looked and I went, oh, what am I in for? But I really enjoyed 2 out of the 3.
I said to him, I'm like, he's gonna hate us.
Yeah.
No.
I was just waiting for.
I
hate
thought
on
they
this
were.
One.
I didn't look when I set it up. I'm like, I hope I didn't put them back to back.
yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
But if you watch the video from this, you see the guys actually, the drummers, all playing off each other.
Yeah.
One will do something, and the next one echoes, the next one echoes, then it changes a little bit. Then he matches the echo,
Yeah.
the echo, and they just keep going
That's
in circles like that.
I don't know what's up with this window. I think it's sliding down. It reminds me of Bozio Levin Stevens.
Yes.
Even though Bozio Levin Stevens came out way later.
Yeah.
Bozio, Terry Bozio,
Tony Levin.
Tony Levin
And
from this
Steve-
band.
and Steve Stevens, that was mainly the guitar player for Billy Idol.
Yep.
Okay.
Amazing. By the way,
Blacklight Syndrome, I want to say, was the name of the album.
Yes.
And then the second one I think was like Condition Critical was freaking Quiet Riot album.
well, anyway, I showed Terry Bozzio to my friend Sean, and he ruined Terry Bozzio. Steve Stevens ruined him forever. Because it looks like Jimmy Durante got into hair metal and quit life.
And then you never could
what
go-
the fuck did you just say?
You can never unsee it again,
Can't
right?
unsee it. It's so fucking bad, and it's stuck. It's right there all the time. It's fucking terrible. They're an amazing band. Terry Bozzio, responsible for the world's largest drum kit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally,
I saw him live.
Guinness
on that
record
thing.
for the world's largest drum kit. It has a name like a boat.
Yeah.
The SS Bozzio.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
fucking ridiculous, and not in a good way.
And he doesn't set it up. Boy.
No.
He's fucking roadies out there going, son of a bitch.
This cocksucker.
Damn this.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I think Tony Levin goes, "That's an amp plug."
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
He has a couple of pedals.
Yeah.
When he recorded with Peter Gabriel, they were playing around with pedals in the studio, and he put like a octave pedal and a compressor, and that is the entire sound of Peter Gabriel's album So, which includes Sledgehammer, and I forget what else is on there. I think In Your Eyes is on the same album. Did you find a picture of the SS?
Yes.
God,
Let me see.
I'm gonna see if I'm gonna have to.
I can't.
Just show them that. That's enough.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Oh
terrible.
my God.
There's not enough time to play all those drums.
Why? Why do it?
I don't know.
And somebody had to set that up at every
Yep.
show.
Yeah.
So if they went city to city,
Okay, you want to hear something fucked up? He played with Korn.
Yes.
And then because he had an attitude,
Right.
they decided not to keep using him.
yeah, he didn't set that up for corn.
I hope not.
He
I don't
had something similar but smaller.
slightly smaller.
Because
Okay.
he uses weird, like he doesn't use traditional symbols.
Yeah.
Like, like a crash symbol. Like he'll
He uses
use
stacks
like
of symbols.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he'll also they're also lathed differently, so they're not as bright. They're more earth
That was hard
tone.
for you to say.
Yes.
That's why you
And
should come.
When you say lathed, you've
Yeah.
already fucked up.
yes, and also like he uses a gong for a ride.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like suspended on like
Yeah.
bungee cords.
Unfucking necessary.
Yeah.
My knowledge of Terry Bozzio is from this Bozzio Levin Stevens.
Also, he played with Zappa for Chic Your Booty album.
I guarantee he will not pull that shit with Zappa.
No.
Zappa was like,
No.
knock that shit down. You're playing a 4-piece or a 5-piece.
No. He had a big ass kit for Zappa too.
Did he?
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I was playing it for you guys before. Zappa had written a piece called "The Black Page," which is basically if you're a session musician, you go into the studio to work. Okay, here you go. This is what you're playing today, and you got to
so
learn how to
black,
play
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But there were so many notes on it, it freaks people out because the page looks like it's black. 'Cause it's
okay.
so dense.
Yeah.
It's just
And
Right.
he had to, and there you go. And he learned it. And also, he played drums for Missing Persons.
weird.
Yeah, with his wife singing.
The cops are fucking weird today. They're just all over Brooklyn.
Oh, it's Memorial Day weekend.
That's
Probably,
true. I forget what it is.
Yeah.
I always forget that the holidays are here. Fucking
It's going
crazy.
to be almost the end of June when people hear this, but it's
it's not
Memorial
my
Day
fucking
weekend
problem.
when we're recording this.
That means 4th of July is just around the corner.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, and his replacement in Korn, Terry Bozzio, was replaced by Ray Luzier.
Who was a monster.
Now, wait. He wasn't the original.
No, that
No,
was
that was,
Dave Silvera.
Oh, okay.
Dave Silvera left because I think he broke his leg and was out for a while, and then they were gonna replace him with Terry Bozzio temporarily, and then he got an attitude, and they just said, "Okay, fine, we're just gonna move on."
Yeah.
and moved on without him, and then Bozzio was being away about something, and they said, "You know what? Fuck him too," and they found Ray Luzier, and when Fieldy went out for a little while because I think he had a family. It was either a child being born or care for a family member.
Right.
And he was replaced by 2 people over time. Ryan Martini from Mudvayne, Berberding, those guys.
Yeah.
Who Ryan Martini's phenomenal.
Uh-huh.
And when it wasn't him, it was Ty Trujillo, Robert Trujillo's son.
Okay.
And
I
that's
remember that.
he was only like 14 at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy when you think about it.
Right.
They had to take a 14-year-old out on tour. They were probably touring with Metallica, hopefully.
Yeah.
Imagine Trujillo taking his whole family on tour with him. Crazy. That's that Metallica money. And on that note, I just realized the time. We got to get going.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, on Instagram, I'm basher.exe.
I'm Nugs29.
I'm Error 404.
I looked up your symptoms, and according to this computer, you have internet connectivity issues. Dumbest line I've ever heard in history. Unworked Apparel. Got to check them out. Instagram, Unworked Apparel. The Weege on Bandcamp with the album Searchlights. For now, take care of each other. Take care of yourselves.
Hail Halford.
Hail
Hail
Halford.
Halford.